Hey everyone, welcome back. Well, last night it got above freezing for the first time in like 2 or 3 weeks, and it rained on all the snow, and then this morning it started blowing and flash froze. So now we've got a big skating rink around here. Just the normal February weather, you know. So it's a good day to be in the shop. And today I'm working on these Katon Asters. And this is the one that I made in a video for the market. And it's probably been almost 6 months since this wire was put on. So I'm pretty sure this one is set. Gonna get the wire off it. This one's been in the basement, so it's actually got some flowers on it. And one of the nice things about the Katon Aster, this breed that I have, is it's very cold resistant, but it doesn't have to have a dormancy. The place where I got it from, it's just growing right out, exposed to the elements, and definitely goes dormant, but it doesn't have to have a dormancy like a tree. So the ones in the basement, I'm just keeping them growing all winter. So it makes it nice. It can be kept in a house or out in a cold greenhouse. I also have them out in the greenhouse. I had to hook this one under here. Yeah, we did. So it's just all around been a great plant. All right, got the wire out of it, and you can see that this one has set really nice into that shape. And the thing that I've learned about taking these to the market is what makes them attractive for people to buy is movement and flowers. So the Katon Aster has been a great thing because I can put this kind of movement into them, and I can rely on them to bloom for me. So it's been the best plant for me to take to the market to sell. So today we're gonna make a few of them and put one in the last pot that I made. But before we do that, I've got a couple of my nicest ones in the house that are about 3 years old now. So we'll take a look at those now. All right, so here's the last pot that I made. So it's been about a week, and it's been soaking in water. And this is one that was wired about a year ago. I took the wire off this one. So this one is about 2 years from a cutting. And you can see here, if you come in close, you can see how the wire bit into this one. I left it on a little bit too long, but they're really good healers, and it just makes an interesting look on the trunk. So I'm going to put this one into my new pot. This one's been in the basement. But I know as soon as the spring hits and I get it out in the sun, I'll get a nice bunch of new growth out of it. It's been a little bit too cold to find moss for them today, so eventually I will put moss on this. But for right now, I'll just get it growing in this pot. Like most of the plants that I'm working with, it responds really well to Miracle-Gro. This has got a light mixture of Miracle-Gro in it. So there's that one on its way. This will be a good plant for the market this summer. So earlier this afternoon, I got this one together. And last year I had about 10 of these for the market, and I sold all of them. They were my best seller during the summer. So they start out like this. So this is about 1 year from a cutting, and this one's been in the basement. So we'll get this one into this pot and get it wired. So this is just regular Romex that I salvaged this afternoon out of a piece of wire that I had. It's worked out really well for me. It is copper wire, and having the rubber on there has really helped it not to bite into the plants. So it's been a great thing. There's really no reason to go buy a bunch of expensive bonsai wire. This wire has worked great. So these Katon asters are really easy because there's even spacing between the branches. So as long as you get that wire right between the branches, it doesn't trap anything. Because you're always trying not to trap trap branches with the wire. So I always try to take advantage of the way the plant wants to go. It obviously has this natural bend in it, so I'll take advantage of that. Because I always like to have them have movement down here low, makes them more dramatic. Get this one out of the way. It is a very flexible plant. It makes them really fun to work with. You don't have to worry much about them snapping. I usually like to take the branches off that end up facing down. One thing these plants do is they make lots of new branches, so you don't have to worry about cutting things off. It will grow more. I'm pretty happy with that shape. Give it a drink. So I'm always looking for new plants to take to the market. And last fall I found this at a friend's house. I found this miniature rose, and I took a bunch of cuttings on it, and they all took really well. It seems to be a really easy plant to root. So it's going to be the next plant that I put in these little concrete pots for the market. And one of the things that I've learned about this plant is it likes to make these low suckers on it, and they are rooting, so they just need to be cut off and put into another pot. But you can see how aggressive they are with the roots. This was just rooted last fall, and it's been in the basement and done really well. Really excited about this plant because flowers are king at the market. So you can see where that sucker has come from down below the soil surface. So I want to get it off right at the trunk. So I know I'm going to have to keep up on taking the suckers off them. But this will become another plant. And they don't seem to need rooting hormone or anything. I've experimented with them enough now to know that all they need is to be put in a good compost, and they root just fine. So it'll be a great great plant to propagate. And you can see they have a beautiful little pink flower. And if there's one thing I've learned at the farmer's market, it's the flowers that make people buy things. So I'm excited to have these little miniature roses. Always exciting to find a new plant. This is going to be a good one. It's good flowers on that side. All right, it is Valentine's Day, and my Valentine was nice enough to film me in this cold garage. So here's a rose for her. Hope everyone's having a great bonsai day, and I'll see you next time on Bonsai by the Sea.